The Enuma Elish means "when on high," and it's the Babylonian creation myth. But because Babylonian culture had a large amount of influence from the earlier Sumerian culture, it is often referred to as a Sumerian creation myth. It offers a fascinating glimpse into Mesopotamian worldviews and their understanding of the cosmos. The Enuma Elish opens with a vivid depiction of a pre-creation state, a time before the cosmos as we know it existed, where only a formless, watery abyss prevailed. In this primordial chaos, two fundamental principles, Apsu and Tiamat, held sway. Apsu, representing the fresh, sweet waters that sustained life, and Tiamat, embodying the turbulent, saline seas, existed in a perpetual, undifferentiated embrace. From their mingling and interaction, a divine genealogy began to unfold. These first deities, born from the merging of fresh and salt waters, represented the nascent forces of the universe, the raw potential for creation. But this initial stage was not one of peaceful harmony. Rather, it was a dynamic and often turbulent process, setting the stage for the conflicts and creative acts that would shape the cosmos. The burgeoning generation of younger gods, born from the initial union of Apsu and Tiamat, disrupted the primordial tranquility with their boisterous activity. Their constant movement and clamor, a natural expression of their youthful energy, became an unbearable irritant to Apsu, who perceived their noise as a threat to his established order. Driven by a desire to restore the original stillness, Apsu devised a plan to eliminate his offspring, intending to return the cosmos to its initial silent state. However, Ea, I hope I'm saying that right, a god renowned for his cunning and wisdom, discerned Apsu's destructive intentions. Acting swiftly to protect his fellow deities and preserve the nascent creation, Ea confronted Apsu and, through his superior intellect or by some form of divine power, brought an end to Apsu's life. This act of patricide, while violent, was seen as a necessary step to safeguard the emerging cosmos, setting the stage for the escalating conflict that would define the Enuma Elish. The violent demise of Apsu, her consort, ignited a furious rage within Tiamat, transforming her from a passive primordial force into a vengeful and formidable adversary. The disruption of the established order and the loss of her partner spurred her to action as she became the embodiment of primordial chaos, seeking to reclaim its dominion. Driven by an overwhelming desire for retribution, Tiamat gathered a monstrous army, a terrifying assembly of chaotic beings, to wage war against the younger gods who had dared to disrupt the ancient balance. To lead this force, she elevated Kingu, a newly appointed consort, granting him the Tablets of Destiny, symbols of ultimate authority. This act of bestowing divine power upon Kingu further solidified Tiamat's resolve, transforming her into a terrifying force and setting the stage for a cosmic battle that would determine the fate of the universe. As Tiamat's monstrous army gathered and the terrifying scale of her vengeful power became clear, a wave of fear swept through the ranks of the younger gods. They realized that they were facing a force that threatened to unravel the very fabric of their newly formed chaos. In their desperation, they sought a champion, a deity capable of confronting Tiamat's overwhelming might. Their gaze fell upon Marduk, the son of Ea, the god of exceptional strength and wisdom who possessed the potential to stand against the primordial chaos. Marduk, aware of his own power and the gravity of the situation, did not offer his services without condition. He demanded, in exchange for his support and protection, the ultimate authority, the kingship of the gods. This bold demand wasn't mere arrogance, but a calculated move to ensure that he would have the full backing of the divine assembly and the unquestionable power to reshape the cosmos if he triumphed. The gods, facing the alternative of annihilation, had no choice but to accede to his terms, granting Marduk the supreme power he sought. The climactic battle between Marduk and Tiamat was a cosmic struggle of epic proportions, a clash between the forces of order and the primordial chaos that threatened to consume the universe. Marduk, armed with divine weapons and the full authority granted to him by the assembled gods, faced Tiamat's army, and in a fierce and decisive confrontation, he ultimately prevailed, slaying the chaotic goddess. This act of cosmic violence was not merely destruction, it was also transformative. Marduk, using his divine power, cleaved Tiamat's massive body in two, shaping the very fabric of the cosmos. One half of her body became the celestial vault, the sky above, while the other half formed the terrestrial realm, the earth below. With the fundamental structure of the universe established, Marduk proceeded to create the celestial bodies, setting them in their orbits and establishing the rhymes of time. He brought order to the chaotic expanse, establishing the laws that govern the cosmos. Kingu, Tiamat's consort and the leader of her army, was also slain, and from his blood, Marduk fashioned humanity, intended to serve the gods and maintain the newly established cosmic order. This act of creation, born from the blood of chaos, symbolized humanity's inherent connection to both the divine and the primordial forces that shaped the universe. Marduk's decisive victory over Tiamat and his subsequent act of cosmic creation signified far more than a mere military triumph. It represented the fundamental establishment of order over the primordial chaos that had threatened to engulf the universe. By slaying Tiamat and shaping the cosmos from her dismembered body, Marduk demonstrated the supremacy of divine power to impose structure and stability upon the formless abyss. This act of creation, as recounted in the Enuma Elish, served to legitimize Marduk's elevated position as the chief god of Babylon, reinforcing his authority and divine mandate. The myth's narrative became a powerful tool for political and religious propaganda, solidifying the power of the Babylonian king, who was seen as Marduk's earthly representative. The Enuma Elish underscored the paramount importance of order in the Mesopotamian worldview, reflecting the anxieties and aspirations of a civilization constantly grappling with the unpredictable forces of nature and the fragility of their social structures. The myth's narratives served as a powerful reminder of the delicate balance between order and chaos, and the necessity of upholding social and divine laws to prevent the return of primordial anarchy. The Enuma Elish shows us the complex way Mesopotamians viewed the start of the universe and its fundamental structure. It's not merely a story, it's a cosmological map outlining the transition from a primordial, watery chaos to an ordered, structured cosmos. The myth's narrative meticulously describes the emergence of the gods from the mingling of Apsu and Tiamat, charting the genealogy and relationships that defined the divine realm. It proceeds to illustrate the creation of the physical universe, explaining the formation of the sky and earth from Tiamat's divided body, and the establishment of the celestial bodies and their movements. This account reflects a worldview where the divine and the material were inextricably linked, where the gods were not distant creators, but active participants in the shaping of the cosmos. The myth's emphasis on Marduk's victory over chaos and his subsequent imposition of order reflects the Mesopotamian desire to understand and control the unpredictable forces of nature, mirroring their own efforts to establish stable societies within the often turbulent environment of the Tigris-Euphrates River Valley. The Enuma Elish also functioned as a powerful instrument of political and religious legitimation, strategically crafted to reinforce the authority of both the Babylonian king and the patron god Marduk. By narrating Marduk's ascendance to kingship over the gods, achieved through his triumph over the chaotic Tiamat, the myth effectively justified the Babylonian king's own position as the earthly representative of divine power. The king, in essence, was seen as Marduk's counterpart on earth, mirroring the god's role in maintaining cosmic order. The myth's narrative served to solidify the king's authority by grounding it in a divine mandate, linking his rule to the fundamental structure of the universe itself. The Enuma Elish's emphasis on Marduk's role as the creator and organizer of the cosmos reinforces supremacy within the Babylonian pantheon. This elevated status in turn strengthened the political and religious influence of the Babylonian priesthood, who were the custodians and interpreters of the myth. By weaving together divine power and earthly authority, the Enuma Elish became a crucial tool for maintaining social and political stability in ancient Mesopotamia. The Enuma Elish is also more than a simple creation story. It served as a foundational narrative that deeply shaped Mesopotamian cultural identity and religious beliefs. It provided a coherent and comprehensive worldview, explaining the origins of the cosmos, the roles of the gods, and the place of humanity within the grand scheme of existence. By narrating Marduk's triumph over chaos and his establishment of order, the myth instilled a sense of stability and purpose within a society constantly grappling with the unpredictable forces of nature. The narrative's emphasis on divine authority and the importance of upholding cosmic order reinforced the social hierarchy and legal codes that governed Mesopotamian life. The Enuma Elish also played a significant role in religious rituals and festivals, particularly during the Babylonian New Year festival, Akitu. And this is where it was recited to reaffirm Marduk's kingship and ensure the continued prosperity of the city. Furthermore, the myth's themes of conflict, creation, and divine intervention resonated deeply with the Mesopotamian psyche, shaping their understanding of the world and their relationship with the divine. It provided a shared narrative that bound together diverse communities, fostering a sense of collective identity and reinforcing the core values of Mesopotamian civilization. The epic confrontation between Marduk and Tiamat, the central conflict within the Enuma Elish, transcends its specific Mesopotamian context, serving as a powerful allegory for the universal and timeless struggle between order and chaos. This thematic resonance extends far beyond the borders of ancient Babylon, echoing in creation myths and cosmologies across diverse cultures and historical periods. The battle symbolizes the fundamental human desire to impose structure and stability upon the unpredictable forces of nature and the inherent anxieties associated with the threat of dissolution and annihilation. Marduk's victory represents the triumph of civilization over the raw, untamed forces of the primordial world, and it's a victory that resonates with the human impulse to create, organize, and maintain social and cosmic order. The narrative's depiction of chaos as a violent, watery abyss, embodied by Tiamat, reflects a common understanding of the primordial world as a dangerous and unpredictable realm. And this struggle is not merely a historical event, but a symbolic representation of the ongoing human endeavor to navigate the delicate balance between stability and disruption, a theme that continues to resonate in contemporary cultural narratives and philosophical discussions. The Enuma Elish, as a foundational narrative of Mesopotamian cosmology, exerted a significant influence on the development of later Near Eastern myths, and even left discernible traces within certain biblical stories. Its themes, motives, and even specific narrative elements resonated with neighboring cultures, shaping their own creation myths and religious beliefs. For example, the concept of a primordial watery chaos personified by Tiamat finds echoes in other Near Eastern cosmologies, reflecting a shared understanding of the universe's origins. Similarly, the theme of a divine battle against chaotic forces resulting in the creation of order appears in various forms throughout the region's mythology. Certain parallels can be drawn between the Enuma Elish and biblical narratives, especially in the creation story of Genesis. While the biblical account emphasizes a single transcendent God as the creator, some scholars have noted similarities in the depiction of a watery chaos and the divine act of separating the waters to create the heavens and the earth. This influence, though debated and complex, underscores the interconnectedness of ancient Near Eastern cultures and the transmission of ideas across linguistic and religious boundaries. The Enuma Elish stands as a testament to the enduring power of myth to shape cultural identity and religious beliefs, leaving a lasting legacy on the region's literary and spiritual traditions.